Hola, everybody, and welcome to Chats con Sabor. And we're doing part two of our book club for Caught Up. And I'm here with my beautiful co host, Miss Yvette.
Hello. Yeah, last week we talked about the first half of the book, and this week Miss Joanna is going to give us a brief summary of the second half. Without going into a lot of
Oh
detail,
my
but
God. I don't
we'll
like
get
the
there.
summaries. I can't spill the beans, even though y'all should have read this book.
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah, we I'm not worried about spoilers no more because everybody should have already read this one at the very least, and you should be here with us at this point, at this juncture.
Yeah.
Right?
So, the summary of the spicy, I mean, quickly it gets better because we are now incorporating velvets.
Mm-hmm.
The dinner with uh, Nico's family.
Mm-hmm.
And it's gonna be juicy, y'all. It's gonna be juicy, and a little bit more of Josh and Allie will be in this episode. And we find some spicy information out about Mr. Tyler
Mm-hmm.
in this one, too. That's gonna blow your socks off.
Yep. Oh yeah.
You would
Oh
have
yeah.
never seen this coming.
Mm-mm. These plot twists, I think Navessa, sorry, I'm still dealing with the aftermath of my cold. But anyway, I feel like in the second half of the book, Navessa, she does a good job with all these plot twists and then pivoting, taking a turn. Like, no, sorry, we were going that way, but now we're going this way. She does a really good job of that, I feel. I feel like
Oh, yeah.
she like takes us for on a journey.
Yeah.
It takes
We're
us for a
like,
ride.
what the fuck?
But
It's
it's good
so
though.
good.
It's good. I'm here for it. Like, please take the wheel and let's go. Let's go for that ride. But well, now that we have finished the book though, what is your favorite part?
Oh, I could tell you my favorite part. So it's going to be a little lame, but my favorite part is when Lauren's backbone comes out and she gives it to Nico. She is protecting Junior. My gosh, that was my favorite part. I was, girl, this is what I wanted from you.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I love the fact too that Allie's like, she pumps her chest out too, like, you're not going to do this to her. And even Moira comes out, and if I'm butchering her name, I'm sorry. But the mom comes out, and like she also is. It's just I love her character, the mom's character, because she is a true Italian mom. She is
Mm-hmm.
a true mafiosa mom. Like
Mm-hmm.
her boys are her life, but her husband is her life too. So I really liked her. That's why I want like Navessa to like kind of put their story together. I would love to read that to
Yeah.
see because I think there's spice and there's love and there's all kinds of things when like I picture them together, and especially when you guys get to the end and she has to make that decision and she stands strong next to her man
Mm-hmm.
eventually. It's
Mm-hmm.
like it, she she's still connected to her boys, but she knows that this is where she needs to be.
Right.
She's a very old school wife.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That makes if that makes any sense. But that was my favorite is the backbone that Allie got in this.
Mm-hmm.
Like this is where she like I feel like she shined. Like she showed her her strength was protecting Junior in
Mm-hmm.
her own way. That was my favorite part, besides
Yeah.
the mom. But
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Um, gotta say that my favorite part from the second half is when Junior finally like releases his inhibitions and he just decides I'm gonna be this man for low. We're gonna get into more detail about the juicy stuff, but they go like you said, we're taken through the story behind Velvet, the experiences at Velvet, and
Mm-hmm.
just to see him really let loose and just be all in and it even surprises Lo a little bit. She
Mm-hmm.
looks at him, she's in awe of him. Like, wow, okay, well maybe we can have this relationship together because he can be at my level. Because her whole thing was, I don't want to be with somebody who's going to be telling me that I've got to change my profession, what or who I can talk to, what I can or can't do. Just the fact that she sees that light in the relationship with Junior, and where she's like, you know what, I could do this with him. That was my favorite part, was seeing him basically unwind himself, because he was so wound up super tight. He was wound tight because of
But
the father situation.
he's also she's very submissive to him,
Yes.
believe it or not. I know that we're talking about her like girl power thing, but she's very submissive to him, and eventually he submits to her, and
Yeah.
that's what I think that's what makes her open up, and her see that, oh my god, like he's accepting of this, this is who I am.
Yeah.
He starts like his walls start coming down, and he starts getting interested in the things that she's doing,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah. And we'll
He's
talk.
exploring himself and his
Exactly.
interests. Yeah.
That's exactly it. And at first he's uncomfortable. At first he's like, whoa, what are we doing here? And then, like I said, he starts to unravel and unwind
Hmm.
and just really relax into the environment and the experiences with Lauren, right? So some of that made me a little bit uncomfortable, not gonna lie, but at the same time, I liked seeing that development in his character, if that
Hmm.
makes sense, you know?
Yeah, no, no, it does. Yep, I agree.
Yeah,
I agree.
so that was my favorite part. Do you want to read, or not read, but on your part, give a little bit of some excerpts? I'm gonna look for one on my end because I do have to read.
I think I might have got the spicy spices on my clips. But please hold, like
Mm-hmm.
Yvette says. Please hold.
That's all.
Oh shoot. Okay, so we. All right, let's do a little chapter 22.
Open was loud in the booth, and we froze, spending a breathless minute straining our ears. But the conversation outside kept on going like they hadn't heard a thing.
This was at the church.
Slowly, Junior's hand moved between us. I felt the tip of his cock press the soaked fabric of my underwear against my pussy, and I had to clench my jaw to keep from whimpering. As if sensing my near slip, he tightened his hand around my throat in warning. I nodded, squirming in his hold. So fucking turned on, I felt like I would die if he didn't touch me.
That shows you a little bit because it gets deeper and deeper,
It goes deep.
really deep. So that is a little glimpse into the second part of them going to the church and meeting at the
Yeah,
church and
yeah.
what happened at the church. Like
That is so crazy.
one of my favorite podcasters says, "Your discretion is advised,"
Yeah,
but listening discretion is advised.
that's right.
You got a little glimpse of what's in the book. And that was chapter 22, if anyone's interested in going back to it to continue the read.
So I'm going to read chapter 23. Well, not the whole chapter, but just a little piece of it because we talked about, we talked about,
Lauren, behave.
we talked about, and we're going to get more into the friendship and the dynamic between Josh and Junior, right? How well they got along and how just the whole thing with Josh being there for Junior. So here's chapter 23. This is Junior. Hey, thanks again for unlocking that phone for me the other night, I said. I sat on my cousin's couch in her small 2 bedroom cottage, her huge ass boyfriend, strike that fiance, taking up most of the cushion space beside me. No problem, Josh said. Were you able to track Lauren down and switch them out? Yeah, at church. They had gotten each other's phones, right? So, anyway, he sat forward, eyes narrowed, a sly grin tugging at his mouth. And he prodded, how did it go? Fine, I said, trying not to think about how Lauren felt milking, choking on myself here, trying not to think about how Lauren felt milking the head of my cock, or the way she silently shuddered through an orgasm while a group of old men held a lively discussion just outside the confessional.
About football or
I'd never
baseball
think
or something.
baseball. I'd never think about baseball the same way again. There was a game on now, but Josh had the volume so low I could barely hear the announcers. It was just an excuse anyway, a reason for the two of us to get together. A pathetic mule sounded from right behind me, all the warning I had before a gray blur streaked over my shoulder and a fuzzy kitten landed in my lap. Maud, I said, I see you still haven't learned any manners. In response, she jumped sideways at me, swatted my hand, and then dove off the couch. Fred, their other cat, streaked toward her out of nowhere, and together they went racing into the kitchen. Fine, Josh said, not knowing when to let the conversation drop. Really? That's all you're going to give me after I slaved away for you for hours? Minutes, I corrected. Cracking open her phone and then illegally, which you seemed fine with, uploading a tracker to run in the background while you told me absolutely nothing because you suck at keeping secrets from Allie about who Lauren is and why she's so important to you. I feigned nonchalance. Who said anything about her being important? Josh scoffed. Come on, man. This is the first time you've even mentioned a woman's name around me, and I can too keep secrets from Allie. Like what? The taunting grin slipped off of Josh's face, a cold creeping into his eyes that I'd only seen a handful of times before. This look right here was why we were friends, because beneath the laughter and bullshit was another side to Josh, something vicious and dangerous that made even hardened criminals tread lightly in his presence. It was the same darkness I battled daily, and being around him, seeing him so happy and clearly in love with my cousin, made me feel like there was hope for me still, like I might win the fight against my own demons. I'm gonna stop there. So, again, their connection, their friendship, the fact that they have so much in common. We talked about last week how, they're both kind of trying to get out from under their respective fathers' hold. Even for Josh, even though for Josh it was more of like a mental hold, but for Junior, this was something big, and he didn't really have any friends. He couldn't confide in his brothers, right? Because like he said, Alec is more around his age, right? But still, he was in charge of them. He was going to be in charge of them. So if anything, they would have come to him with any issues. So he didn't really have anybody until later. He had Lo, right? But he didn't really have anybody that he could confide in that would understand his issues. And even though he wasn't 100% open with Josh about stuff because it was family business, family mob shit, right? But at least he felt like he could relate to Josh in a way. And I feel like that helped with their bond. What do you think?
Yeah, sure did. I agree.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, shit. We're already at our slice of advice.
That was quick.
I know. All right. Here we go. Let me see. I'm going to do a short and sweet one. Be disciplined enough to stop comparing yourself to your peers and start comparing yourself to who you want to be. There you go. That's my advice for you today.
Mic drop.
Listen, it kind of falls in line with Junior, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like instead of comparing himself to everybody else in the freaking mob, he literally was envisioning who he wanted to be because he wanted to be outside of the business. He does not want to follow in his father's footsteps. He does not
Right.
want to take over, right? So if you can't see yourself in a certain light, then nobody else will be able to see you in that light either.
Right.
Because you can't sell bullshit, right? I mean, I guess you could, but if you don't believe in yourself and in who you are as a person, then nobody else will.
You notice we both went back to Junior's character on our
I know.
psychopath.
Instead, well, because Lo's not changing who she's gonna be. Lo wants
Hell
to
no.
continue doing the whatever the fuck she wants.
The
So
only two
yeah,
changing are the guys.
right? Isn't that funny? Mm-mm. The guys are the ones that are making monumental or taking monumental steps to being better people.
Mm-hmm.
Allie and Lo, nah, they're just gonna be who they want to be,
Yep.
who they
They're
are.
good.
Oh God, my back is hurting today. Um, let's compare the love story between Josh and Allie, and then the love story between Junior and Lo. What are
Which we
some?
talked about
Yeah,
in
I
part
mean,
one of this a little
yeah,
bit. We
a little
touched on
bit,
it. Yeah.
a little bit, yeah. But let's go a little bit deeper. Like let's give some similarities and then some differences.
Well, I think similarity wise is how deeply in love they are with each other.
Mm-hmm.
Um, the difference for me is the way that they met. Like Junior and Lo had their childhood romance,
Mm-hmm.
where Allie, like you said, Allie and Josh developed a love for each other. Like they fell in love
Mm-hmm.
after Josh gave her a run for her money. So I think the similarities are the love and respect that they have for one another as a couple. Josh and Allie and Lo and Junior. Um, but it's like their development of the love was so polar opposites. It was
Mm-hmm.
similar in a way because it was a lot of it had transitioned through sexual activities,
Mm-hmm.
but at the same time, that I think that's why I really really loved Lo and Junior was because they already had this connection, and when they finally connected as adults, it
Mm-hmm.
like went to a whole nother level.
Yeah. Yeah. For me, the similarities is how deeply the boys feel for the girls and how
Hmm.
protective they are of them. Um, Josh for different reasons with Allie because he didn't really know her or much about her, right? And I'm gonna switch gears here, but as far as differences go, right? Oh, well, actually, wait, hold on. It's because I had an intrusive thought and I wanted to run with that one, but I'm going to back myself up again. So he took it upon himself to be her protector. Josh did with Allie. The way he just naturally, instinctively wanted to be that for her. Like, it's too easy for me to break into your house. So let me go ahead and set up an alarm system for you. That type of thing. The fact that they physically had to go through some life altering trauma together, that also I feel like that helped to build his even more his protectiveness of her. Like, she's mine, I'm gonna protect her even though she's this bigger woman, strong, Cagney and Lacey type. She's not afraid. As far as protection goes, physical protection, she's very much like, I've got this.
Hmm.
But he still felt the need to protect her. With Junior and Lauren, it was a little bit different where, like you said, they had that connection already built. And we were talking about this off screen where Junior hung on to that connection. He hung
Hmm.
on over the years, right? And then what's her name? Lauren even though she felt like she was suppressing those feelings and those emotions for him, the minute that he came back into her life, it's like, bang, there I am. Um, and so I see that also as the difference as far as Junior and Lo.
Besides the physical differences.
The, so Junior and Lo are like, they're a smaller couple.
Hmm.
They're,
Because he describes Josh as a giant. So
yes.
that kind of puts it in perspective that he's
Yeah.
not a big guy.
Right. Because he's not. He's like 5'10", 5'11". But in comparison to Lo, he's still taller. Because she compares him, the way she sits on his lap and the way she nuzzles up underneath, like here, his chest under his chin or up into his neck. She just, and she's a small girl. She's a petite girl, is what I envision. And that she's petite, but she has a nice ass, according to him. So the difference in their love, too, is that they're kind of opposite. So it's Josh and Lo that are like the more sexually experienced people,
Hmm.
right? Whereas Allie has, because we talked about, it's more than just sexual, right? But with the sexuality, Allie has been more vanilla. She says it herself, but she's always known that she wanted more. She didn't have anybody to experience that with. And it's the same with Junior. Junior, like we said, when he starts having these experiences with Lo at Velvet, then he starts realizing, holy shit, I like this shit. I want more, So I feel like those are the differences where in Junior and Lo's story, Lo is the instigator or the one that's bringing him to the dark side, into the darkness. And in Lights Out, it's Josh doing that with Allie, showing her.
See, I feel like Allie pursued Josh
She did.
because she was the one like, but he opened her eyes. I get what you're saying, but she was the
Sexually.
pursuer.
We're talking about sexual,
Yeah.
because in both stories, Junior did exactly what Allie did.
Hmm.
He was in her own me for you, and he was a sub, and he was paying low to show me these things. It was the same thing that Allie did, except
And
she didn't have
Allie
to
was
pay for
doing
it.
it to Josh.
She was doing it though, but she didn't have to pay for it, but she was getting her rocks.
It's a family thing.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. But that's why I'm saying Lo brought out the naughtiness and brought Junior into the darkness, right? Into the sexual darkness, whereas Josh did that for Allie. So there's a difference there, right, in that dynamic. But again, we go back to Navessa's kinks with voyeurism, sex workers, using objects, right? Not just dildos, but objects. And then this whole thing now, we had mentioned that she briefly brings up cannibalism. There's a storyline where Taylor has a sub because Taylor, one of her very good friends and roommate, right? She also is a sex worker, but she's a little bit newer to it. Lo has the more experience, right?
Hmm.
So Taylor gets this weird request and gets paid for it. And it's literally she has to act out a sexual thing where she's dead and the sub
Yeah,
wants to
it
eat
was
her flesh.
bizarre.
Yeah, it was really, really bizarre. So, of course, that freaks Taylor out and almost makes her want to not do it because people are crazy, right? So, I get that. I would have been the same way. But yeah, so just this whole thing, I feel like it goes deeper with that. So, she started us off kind of vanilla in Lights Out, right? With the whole fucking on objects, a knife in the bed, and Allie fucking the knife handle, and all these things, which were like, what?
See,
Right? But then we get into Caught Up, and it's like, whoa, it's even deeper. So that's what I'm saying. The whole, and it is says an Into Darkness novel because I get it. I get why she calls it that, right? But the love story, though, another similarity is the intensity of the love.
hmm,
Like we said with Josh and Allie, the fact that it had to build a little bit still doesn't negate the fact that he loved her with everything he had, and she felt the same way about him. At first, it was a lust thing for her, especially, but I feel like he realized he felt the feelings even before yeah,
He was obsessed with her.
he was.
Period.
He was. He was. But so is Junior with Lo,
Oh
right?
yeah, yeah.
He's really obsessed with her. Um, yeah, he's crazy. But anyway, now let's talk about Junior's desire to get out of the mob and the need for him to get out from under his dad.
I feel I think he's always had that desire since everything popped off with Lauren. And I think when him and Lauren reconnected,
Mm-hmm.
I think that truly changed everything because he had the balls to go and face his dad and tell his dad, "This is my game plan." I'm not going to tell you what the game plan is since we're moving in through the chapters so that we
Right.
can tell them what it is he does. But it was he had a game plan, and with her by his side, he felt as though he could do this.
Mm-hmm.
And there's in this, I mean, towards the end of the book, there's so many little twists because, of course, she gets mad at him again because she thinks, that he did something to her dad and all that, and carry on.
Which, so I feel like Navessa gives us, she almost makes us believe that in the very first chapter.
Hell yeah, she did. She had me wrapped up in that shit.
Me too. I was like, no, wait, he really did, like, do something bad to her dad or whatever. Anyway, there's a twist there too. So, but again, it's that internal struggle with her, with Lo. Like, she wants to forgive him, she wants to trust him, she wants to let him be the protector that he wants to be for her. She wants all of this, but on the other side of that fine line is, no, wait, he betrayed me. He betrayed me, and now I find this out. And the whole internal struggle, and the fact that he knows, he's being patient. He knows, you know what, I haven't told her everything, lying by omission, right? But so he's trying to be patient with her and letting her come to terms with how she feels about him and everything on her own time. And he really does a good job of extending her that grace. But at the same time, Lo is like a fish out of water, flip-flopping, right? Every 5 seconds. Like, one minute she wants to fuck his brains out, the next minute she wants to blow his brains. She even breaks into his apartment. I mean, there
He
we're
was
talking.
surprised.
Yes, yes. We talk about Allie being a tough girl. Lauren is a tough girl too. I said that on the last episode about her. Lauren is one of those, like, put a gun in her hand and she'll use it. That type of thing. She attacks him with a taser.
I was laughing at that
So
part.
was I. So was I. So she knows exactly what to do, is what I'm trying to say. At first, because he was like, why did she attack me? I don't understand. Because he didn't know at that point that she knew about her dad. Well, she thought she knew about her
Yeah,
dad.
she started putting pieces together with everything she was hearing.
Yeah, yeah. But I think the fact that Junior didn't agree with the family business, even when they were in high school, what you said earlier about her being that good partner for him, because she was, even when they were young, she was trying to make him happy. She would try to make him laugh with her dry sense of humor, try to make him laugh, try to get his mind off of having to deal with his dad. That was her sole purpose of being with him when they were in high school. Fast forward 10 years later, she's still that person for him, that person that's going to stand by his side and everything. And like you said, actually defend him, when it came down
Yeah,
to it.
that's what I loved was the taser thing was hysterical, um, because she was so pissed.
Yeah.
And that kind of reminded me of myself to a certain extent because I'm like, I am patient, I am kind until I'm not. And then whatever happens, happens. And that's kind of why I started giggling at that part because I would probably do the same thing.
Yeah.
you're gonna listen to me, motherfucker, one way or another, and I'm gonna tease you again if I have to. So, and that's what I love. I love that part too because I chuckled. I was like, "That's," and Yvette can tell you, dude. My patience sometimes is like annoys the fuck out of her because
Uh-huh.
I don't. And this is a lot of therapy. I just don't invest that much time in dumb shit.
Yeah.
Like people are who they are. They're not going to get me out of character. I'm going to be who I am.
Mm-hmm.
And but when they do, they're going to find me and they're going to find me good. She's
Fuck
like,
around and find
"Be
out is the
mad.
whole thing.
Be
Yep.
mad.
Mm-hmm.
Tell him to go fuck off." I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
it's just gonna be cordial and it is what it is and whatever. She's
I'm
like,
like, fuck
yeah.
that shit.
She's like, fuck that shit. Go tell them to fuck themselves.
Which is so funny though, because I feel like sometimes I have a lot of patience as well, but yeah, not as much as Joe does. Not as much. Sometimes it takes me longer to get to the same spot as some people, but for me to my fuse when it's lit, it's like right away, and then I'm here, and then you're dealing with a different Yvette, right? With Joe, it's like a slow.
She's like, well, that fucking thing burn already?
Go, go,
She's like,
go.
she goes,
Exactly. I'm like,
my kids beg to differ. That kind of fuse.
oh my god, they know a different
Oh my
version of you though.
God.
But I think we kind of answered this already. But what do you think about Junior and Lo in the second half of the book? Do you think that their love is real and authentic?
I do. I think that's when the explosion happens between them. Like
Mm-hmm.
the trust because Junior starts telling her everything. Like what he did to Kelly, what he did to the principal. Like he starts telling her, he starts trusting her enough to tell her
Mm-hmm.
what he was doing because uh, and and him paying keeping tabs on her and paying her like he starts talking to her like he
Mm-hmm.
really starts confiding in her like that's his person. And then they get all connected and stuff and then she teases the shit out of him.
He's like, I don't understand. I
I thought we were
don't
good. You killed my dad, motherfucker.
understand. Yeah, that's what it was. Anyway, I love though the dynamic between them because I feel like Junior has a very high level of patience when it comes to Lo.
Only her though.
She
Only
tased
her.
the fuck out of him. And he was still like he didn't know that it was her, and so he grabs her, throws her up against the wall, starts choking her, and then he realizes it's her because he's just been tased, right? So he's like, "Oh fuck!" And of course, she gets scared. She gets scared because she sees a
That's
different
what pissed
side.
me off.
Yeah,
That's when she pulled the victim card off out
yeah,
on him for
yeah.
that. Like she was like, "Oh my God." Like
Don't
you
touch me. Yeah,
you fucking broke into dude's apartment. Then you tased the living shit out of him and then
uh-huh.
you don't expect him to do anything.
Yeah,
Bro.
yeah,
Like
yeah. And he did do it out of instinct. It was a
yeah.
reaction. He didn't look at her and then was like, "Bitch, why the fuck did you?" It wasn't
Yeah.
that. He didn't realize it was her until, and mind you, he's coming into his apartment late at night. It's dark. So he doesn't know. And he's in the mafia, so it could be anybody, right?
And he knows she's there though because he tracked her. He just doesn't know where she's at.
He doesn't
To
know that she's gonna be tasing him.
he
Yeah,
knows that she's
yeah,
there. He
that's
just
true.
doesn't know.
You're right. He tracks her and he's like, wait, what is she doing inside my apartment? How did she get into my apartment? So, yes, you're right. He did know that she was there, but the way she attacked him, he didn't know that it was her attacking him,
Yeah.
basically. Because
Because
it
she
could have
attacked him
been,
like a dude.
well, because she did. She did. You're right. And also one of the things that he was really afraid of was her getting hurt because of the line of work that he was in.
Hmm. Yep.
So imagine what's going through his mind. I get tased. I don't know who it is because it's from behind. I don't know who it is. And my first instinct is going to be turn around. I would have been punching. She's lucky all he did was throw her up against the wall and then start choking her. But the minute that he sees it's her eyes, it's her face, he's like, oh shit. He pulls off of her and he was like, oh my God, I didn't know it was you. And look, he's the one feeling like shit, like bad because he did that. And she's she's the
After
one
he was like,
when she's the one who fucking attacked him. Yeah, you're right. That victim playing the victim card
that
was
pissed
kind of
me off.
like
I was like, bro, are you serious? I'm like screaming at the book. I was like, this is bullshit.
a bullshit, a bullshit.
A bullshit.
Yeah, I'm with you. I didn't like that. It was comical though.
It was. It was. You got a big chuckle out of me there,
Yeah.
Navessa.
Yep. And then also giving her a little bit of credit, Lo, she was also there to confront him about killing her father. She thought that he killed her father. How do you make sense? Think about that. How do you make sense of that in your brain? I am highly attracted to this man. I love this man, but he is a murderer. You're coming to terms with it. And he did not only just murder somebody else, he murdered your father, right? So when she was scared because he tried to choke her, I feel like all those emotions were coming through. Like, oh my God, he really is violent. Oh, again, she's like 5'4", 5'5". She's a little thing compared to him.
Her dad was a piece of caca that she didn't
Hmm.
even talk to. So, and then she's trying. I think she intentionally picked fights with Junior. Like, I get the fact that because she was fighting with her own feelings and all that stuff, but her dad was a piece of crap.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, and so you feel a type of way because even when she's talking to her sister about it, her
Right.
sister's like, "Dude, are you serious?" Like, because she didn't tell her that he was missing,
Hmm.
and she's
Like, you
like,
don't even like him.
"He's never been a part of our lives. What are you so concerned about? Why does
Right.
it matter whether you know or don't know? He's never been there." But I feel like she started with what her sister was telling her. She started putting these pieces together, and that's when she popped off,
Hmm.
saying, "Oh my God, he killed my dad."
Hmm.
But at the end of the day, she knew his background. She knew what they did,
Yeah.
and she
Yeah.
knew how her dad was. It was like, I'm just doing the logical thinking of all this
Yeah. Yeah.
because she does explain, like, he's not there, whatever, but still, like, this is the man I love who just killed my father, and this is where I'm at emotionally and everything. But I truly feel like if you start picking through the things that she's so upset about and all that, she's always antagonizing him
Yeah.
because she's
Yeah.
so upset. She's always pissed off at him for some apparent reason
Yeah. Yeah. He always
without
says
any
the
type of
wrong
explanation.
thing. Yeah. He
Yeah.
says the wrong thing, does the wrong thing,
Yeah.
and then having to find out through her sister, well, through her brother-in-law, really, and then
Who told her
confirm,
sister. Yeah.
yeah, confirming with the sister, like, oh yeah, okay, yeah, that's what happened.
And even Junior said that so and so is such an asshole. He's not supposed to be telling,
Yeah,
but
yeah. And
he,
apparently it was like a theory or something. That's the
yeah.
sister's excuse. I didn't tell you because it was just a theory. We don't
Hmm.
know anything concrete. We don't know anything for sure. But also, that kind of shows you too, you're always in like a confrontational position with different people in your life. Who's a common denominator here, right? So again, we like Lo and everything, but we
She's
can't
always in
excuse.
defensive mode. Everyone's always coming at
Yes.
her. Everyone's attacking her. No one
Yeah.
thinks about her feelings.
Hmm.
That's what kind of irritated me about her character. It's like,
Yeah.
come on,
Yeah.
grow up there, sister. You're out there showing everything to the world, and
Stop
you want
crying.
to fight with everybody else.
Stop crying. I'll give you something to cry about. That's so funny. How do you feel about Navessa incorporating Josh and Allie into the second book as much as she did, like towards the second half?
loved it. I thought it was great. I
Yeah.
kind of Josh and Allie are still engaged. They have not
Yeah.
gotten married.
Right. Right.
But I love the fact that they incorporated her because it kind of gave Junior a person, and it kind of
Hmm.
gave Lo a person in Allie, like this protector also.
Hmm.
Um, so it bonded them together because if people remember from Lights Out, Allie didn't care for Junior too much.
Right.
So she didn't care for any of the family, but she didn't care for Junior too much.
Especially. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
So
he was the one leading they had to extract some information, a computer, or a laptop or something from somebody's house. We'll just say that.
yeah, he was part of the cleanup crew with the mishap that happened with the serial rapist. So
Right.
he was part of that too, and it was her idea to go to them to
Right.
have this situation, taken care of. So to
But
see
they had
their
to go extract the laptop or something of the
Mhm.
dead guy, right? And so Junior was in charge of that. So he took his job very serious, right? And at the time, he had just met Allie, right? He had just figured out they had just met each other. He knew who she was, obviously, because Nico had protection on Allie because he even had his son working at the hospital, right? Greg,
Mhm.
his
Yeah.
youngest. So he had him working at the hospital. So they knew about Allie, but they had never met her. They didn't know her as family. So that's the reason why Allie didn't really like him because he was so bossy, and then he was willing to leave Josh behind because they had already agreed, we're gonna leave you
Survival.
behind if you don't come out of there.
He always had a name for him too. That gorilla, the giant, whatever it was he said. He always had something to say about Josh and his height and his
Yeah.
build and everything. It was hysterical. But to see their relationship build too,
Yeah.
um, I think it kind of softened Allie when Lo came into the picture,
Mm-hmm.
and they got a little bit more connected. So
Yeah. I agree. I agree. What was I gonna ask you? Oh, actually, it is our what the fuck moment.
Yes, 100%.
okay, here we go. Are you ready for this one?
Yes.
Nigga act like he can choose between one or two things. Sometimes you gotta give him the alternator. Like sometimes make him pick. Like either
Not
this
an
or that. Give him the
ultimatum, an
alternator. I mean,
alternator.
yeah, that would do it. Because I wish I had this wisdom in my last relations, right? Because
Listen
I
to her
tried the
wisdom.
tires. I didn't get the men that got some tires. Hopefully, it was going to go ahead and just like roll us ideally forward. But it didn't work out, you know? Then I tried the steering wheel. I was like, Jesus, I know you be taking the
Pairing.
wheel. Go ahead and move to the side. Let's go ahead and give this to the man of God. Maybe he going to steer us in the right directions of this relation.
She's comparing them
Still
to
didn't
tires.
work. I
Yep.
even did oil change with people. I changed the oil
She changes
to
the oil in
moisturize some
people.
things. You know what I'm saying? So we don't go into no seasonal dryness and wilderness, and not a damn thing changed.
Wilderness.
Lo and behold, in the laws, it was the alternate.
Behold in the law.
My next bet was going to be the transmission. But shout out to Alexis for this wisdom because, baby, you're going to change the dating pool now. I believe it. Nigga act like he can't choose between one or two.
The steering wheel, not the steering wheel, but the steering wheel.
Steering wheel and the alternator, not the ultimatum. What is wrong with people? And she
Oh my
was
god.
comparing the second girl was comparing the relationship to a car. She changes the oil. Okay, just saying.
Oh my god.
We're not scared about who's out there right now.
No.
Yeah.
No. No, we're not scared.
So that's my what the fuck moment. What is wrong with people? Holy Moses.
That is too funny. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's get back to business.
Are you sure you don't want to give an alternator instead of an ultimatum? That's what we should tell Lauren.
I don't have any alternators to give.
Oh,
Oh my god. Okay. So we wanted to bring up a plot twist, okay? Plot twist. Dot dot dot. Tyler as a
love plot
bad
twist.
boy? Tyler though as a bad boy? How do you feel about that plot twist?
Oh my God, y'all. Oh my God. In Lights Out, he was this finance guy and all this crap, right? Making money.
Matthew
No,
McConaughey type guy. Yeah, like just
he's running a
yeah.
gambling operation. A
Uh-huh.
gambling operation.
Yeah.
And he's like the guy.
Yep. Well, set it
What?
up though. Let's set up like their meeting again.
How we found out he was
Well,
the guy.
first before that, when
Junior couldn't stand him.
Navessa introduces Tyler into Caught Up, right? And Tyler is Josh's best friend that has known him since childhood and changed high schools and colleges and everything just to be with
For
Josh
Josh. Yep.
and yeah, to help him, right? To help him blend in and also be in the shadows so that people wouldn't find out about him and his dad and all that stuff. So in Lights Out, you think, okay, good guy, right?
Where?
Doing all this stuff for Josh, very square, yes. He's kind of nerdy, but not. Yeah, he's a womanizer.
Because he was banging Allie before Josh, y'all.
Yes, he was. He was. Yeah, that was a situationship though. That was not a relationship.
That was her
Although,
go-to bang,
although
big,
he
big
thought
bang.
he thought that he was breaking things off with her,
Yeah.
but she's like, yeah, there was nothing ever really there.
It's a beauty call.
Right. So completely opposite. So Navessa brings him into Caught Up, right? By creating a scenario where they go to a barbecue. And Josh is inviting Junior to
Love
come
it.
to his cousin's engagement party. But it's a
Hmm.
barbecue. It's a really laid back thing. So he asks Lo to go with him, right? Please come with me. I don't want to be having to be fake with people that I don't even know. These are my cousin's friends, Josh's friends. And he meets up. He is having a conversation with Tyler. So that's how she brings him in through this chance meeting at a barbecue, right? Which is not really by chance because,
And
again,
Junior can't
Josh and
stand
him.
him.
Junior cannot stand the guy.
He
Junior
thinks
is
he's a
like,
douchebag.
he's like, this guy is a douchebag. He's a complete and utter douche, right? So fast forward to they're on a mission because they're trying to get information on some sleazeball, and so they're on the mission to talk to this head honcho guy that's running a game and like Joanna said, a
But the
poker.
reason why he's doing this, you have to tell him what the reason why he's doing this.
So the
Because he's a
sleazebag
slum lawyer.
slumlord, yeah, that
Yeah.
owns that owns Velvet, the building that Velvet is in, and he keeps raising their rent and everything because it's a sex club. So they're probably making money. So I want the money. Meanwhile, the information that Josh gets for Junior is that this slumlord, he's in over his head in this ring. He has gambling issues, right? And debt, a lot of debt. Junior's idea is to go meet this guy who has the debt, I guess the bookie, whatever you want to call him. The guy who has the debt, and he wants to talk to him man to man and offer to buy his debt from him so that he has something to hold over the slumlord so that then he can do what he's got to do to get low Velvet. Anyway, they're going to close down Velvet because the rent is too high, blah 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 blah. They don't have the money. So that's the whole reasoning. But then he's looking through the night vision goggles and they're running like a little operation, right? And so they go and he's looking and he sees and he's like, "What the fuck is Tyler doing?"
Great. Just the
So
way
he's
she
like,
brought it in. It's great.
yeah, he's like, "Wait, what?" Like so he decides, he tells the people that he's with, right? These like ex-military guys, they're militant now. He tells them, hey, I'm just going to go in and I'm going to talk to him because I know him. They're like, what? That's not what the plan was. Whatever. And he's like, trust me, this is going to work. Because again, he's the douchebag from the barbecue, finance guy, a square dude, right? So he gets on, it's happening on a big freight cargo boat ship. And he has to climb on board and he's up on the top deck. And then all these guys are with guns. And he's like, hey, I don't have anything on me. I know him. And Tyler's like, hey, man, what's up? Hey, bro. Like, fucking D-bat. But then he sees, like, hey, put your shit down. And so that's when Junior, like, really starts to understand, oh, my God, this guy is, like, he's the brains of this operation. And he cannot understand, right? So what do you think about Navessa's idea of us looking at Tyler, and can you even see him in that way? Because like Junior, we've seen him in a completely different light for Lights Out. But what do you think about that?
I love how she incorporated him.
Mm-hmm.
I love how she, because when I pictured Tyler in Lights Out, I just saw him as this blonde, tall, ripped, pretty boy, um, finance guy,
Mm-hmm.
like just good
Fraternity
look,
guy. Yeah.
just that's how I pictured him. Like he's what can he possibly do? And then when she twists everything around and makes him into this like bad boy, like they both had secrets. It's that's how you look at it. Like both Josh and him had secrets. And Josh didn't even know got well, I don't think Josh knew that he was doing this
Mm-mm.
because Junior was shocked and he was like, "Does Josh know what you're doing?" It was I thought it was cool the way she
Yeah.
she just like freaking threw him in there and I was like, "What?" you know, she got me.
Like,
I was
what
like,
the heck?
yeah,
So,
it was
what do
good.
you think then about the epilogue? Because the epilogue, they're at another function. They're at a this is after, and we'll get back to that, right? That piece. But this is after they've already had the family dinner with Uncle Nico and the blow up and all that stuff, and they decide, hey, you know what? They say fuck family dinners or something like that. And then Allie was like, well, let's make our own family dinners,
Family
you know?
dinner. Yeah.
And so the epilogue is that their first like family dinner, which is really their friends and the people that they want to invite. So, of course, it has nothing to do with Nico, right?
Hmm.
So when that happens, Navessa
Tyler
brings
and
in
Stella.
Tyler and this chick on his arm. All of a sudden, Stella,
Hmm.
who's the way they described her is like maybe somebody that Junior would be with because she is very prim and proper, and you can
So
tell maybe she has some kind of connection to something, maybe the Russian mob. Not
yeah,
that she's Russian, I forget what she is, but she's a different ethnicity, but you can tell she's got something in her mind, or her confidence level is so high that you can tell that you get the sense that she's got backup somehow, right?
yeah, and you get the vibe from her when you're reading the story. Like
Yes.
she is truly someone that you cannot touch.
Yes. She's untouchable. Exactly.
Hmm.
She's got that confidence. Like I said, it's like the lioness when she's walking, and she's walking with such confidence because you got that big old lion behind her. He's like,
Hmm.
go ahead, try it. Right. So, well, we don't know at this point, we don't know Tyler in that way. Do you think that maybe the third book, the reason she did that with the epilogue is because the third book is going to be the whole Tyler story and how he
Oh
got
yeah,
into
she
everything?
gave us that little carrot right there.
Yeah. I
She
feel
gave
like
us that
that
little
too.
carrot.
Yeah. Um, I mean, I'm still interested in reading that, but I think I'm less interested in Tyler as like his character. I'm interested in reading it only because I want to know what she does with his character, how the buildup happens. But at the same time, I don't know about
Yeah,
Tyler as a
he's not my favorite.
Yeah, he is kind of douchey. He's kind of
Yeah,
douchey. You know what I
he's
mean?
not my favorite.
Yeah.
But
So
me too. I would read the book just because I want to see how she develops his character.
yes, yes, yes.
Um, I would definitely,
And I want to
definitely.
know the story behind Stella because she brought her in hot and heavy, man. She brought her in strong.
Yeah,
So, and
everyone
she
was like,
hasn't,
"What?"
well, and I'm talking about Navessa, right? Brings her in strong into the book because with every other character, there's been a build up to their
Hmm.
personality and everything. And with Stella, it's like, bam, here she is. Like, okay, well, who is she? What the fuck, Navessa?
Well, even the characters were like, "What?"
Yeah, who is this girl? Tyler has a
Hmm.
girlfriend? What? All of a sudden, right? And Josh is like, wow, that's weird because all of a sudden he has a girlfriend. And again,
But
he's known him.
is she his girlfriend or is
That's what I'm
he
saying.
her muscle?
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Or is she his muscle?
That could happen too, because Navessa can twist these puppies, man.
It's so crazy. All right, last thing that I want to talk about is we liked Uncle Nico in Lights Out, obviously, right? How do we feel about him now? But I want you to describe why I'm asking this question because the incident, the family dinner, and everything that led up to that.
So they're at the family dinner, and then Josh starts talking to them about what his plans are. His plans are to leave the family business and start the business at Velvet.
Mm-hmm.
He owns it. He bought it, obviously, because of that guy's debt. That's how he got it. He's explaining to his dad what he's going to do. I think the blood pressure of his father was just not him leaving, but I think it was the support from his brothers. But the biggest thing was the fact that Allie was involved in it because it was a lot of it was sex work. Velvet is a sex club,
Mm-hmm.
and she's there. He wasn't oblivious to what she was doing, you know? And to him, he's like, "You're changing my son. You're taking my
Mm-hmm.
son from me." And family was huge for him. So, and then she kept chiming in to protect and defend Nico on the decision he was making.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it was like a whole snowball of reactions and emotions and all that that he literally lunged at Josh and tried to kill him.
At
Like he
Junior.
choked him.
At Junior, not at Josh.
No, at Josh. I'm sorry, at Nico, at Junior.
Yeah.
So he lunges at him and like starts choking him,
Mm-hmm.
and like everyone is starting to freak out. And I mean, like it was like this man completely lost his marbles.
Mm-hmm.
And then, he was like he was he was on a whole nother level. Like
Yeah.
it was a way that the kids never even saw him
Yeah.
in.
Mm-hmm.
So, and Allie had a lot to do with that because she wouldn't shut the fuck up.
Well, but
Because
I
he
like
would
the
throw
fact.
daggers at her,
Yeah.
and she would just come back and be like, and he told her to leave, that it wasn't part of, she wasn't part of the family, or whatever. And she goes, "No, I'll stay here."
Yeah. Yeah. I'm staying with him. Like I'm fine
Yeah.
here. Like this is where I'm meant to be. That's good. I think that I like the fact that Junior that he got everybody involved. Well, not everybody. Josh and Allie involved, right?
Hmm.
And when they get to the house, he gets out of the car and he's hand in hand with Lo, right? And then Josh and Allie are there too. They arrive at the same time and they're kind of like, "Hey, like this is the plan, yada yada yada," right? And then his mom walks out. Moira walks out and she understands what's
He
happening
is
all
part of
from
it.
the jump. Yeah.
Yeah, because he's been
And
talking to her about it. So she's
mhm,
already mentally set for what's
like
going to pop off inside.
right, right. And
She even goes
so
and talks to him to set it up,
yeah.
like saying, Allie, Lo and Junior are here. Like she already started prepping him that something was going to pop
Right,
up.
right. And as much as he tried, Nico, to keep his cool, to keep his calm. He just could not. He just couldn't. And so you're right. That's when he lunges at him. And because Lo is kind of egging him on, or like
Mm-hmm.
throwing those daggers, but because he wasn't being very nice. He was
He was being crude to her.
very, very nasty to her.
Yeah.
And of course, Junior doesn't like this, and he's trying to put his dad in his place, but also trying to be respectful because he doesn't want to disrespect his father.
Mm-hmm.
And on some level, I feel like he still wants his approval. He wants to hear the words, and he flat out told him, "I'm never going to bless this union. I'm never
Mm-hmm.
going to be okay with you being with this girl. Like, never." And so he was like, well, fuck. Even though he knew that was going to happen, that was going to be his dad's reaction about Lauren, I think that it still was a gut punch to him, his dad saying the words. And then, of course, the literal reaching over at him. And the way Junior describes it, it was like something took over him and it wasn't him. That wasn't my dad.
Mm-hmm.
Because he even was saying, Dad, it's me, it's me. But he was choking him like he was going to kill him. He literally was going to kill him. He was on top of him. And of course, Junior wasn't fighting back because that's his dad. But then you've got Moira over here. If you don't let him go, that's it. I'm leaving you. Like everybody, like the chaos ensues, right? So I forget how. Oh, because he kept saying, Dad, it's me, it's me, it's me. And then he was releasing already the pressure. And then someone hits him over the head. I forgot who it was that hit him over the head.
I think it was one of the brothers, wasn't it?
Or was it Josh?
It was Josh. Maybe it was Josh. I know Josh was pumped up, like he was ready to
Mhm.
pop off.
Yes.
Yes. Damn
I,
it! I don't
I
remember.
Yeah, I can't remember who did it. Like who actually hit him over the head and then knocked him out, like knocked him sideways, and then he was knocked out. He was unconscious, and everybody was like, "Oh my God, he was gonna kill you." He's like, "No," he was even still defending his father.
Lauren tases him.
That's what it was. That's right. She brought her taser. That is right. She saved him.
Yeah,
That's
I
like
had it in my notes. Lauren tases Junior's father anyway after the um, disastrous dinner. Junior and Lauren pursue their relationship and start performing at Velvet.
yeah, yeah. That was crazy. But even then, he still has a little. Junior is still trying to be understanding of his father because he says, no, trust me, I saw it in his eyes. He was already letting go. He was coming back to the man that I knew. He was my dad.
Mhm.
Because he kept saying, Dad, it's me, it's Junior.
He
As
never
little as he could say
physically
it.
abused them, but he emotionally abused them, putting them through what he put them through. I mean,
Right.
honestly, he
And
has
that's what
that
he said. He
control
never
over them.
laid a hand on me until that night. Oh my God.
Oh, so good.
Great twists and turns. Like I loved it. I loved it. I have our words of wisdom for today. For tonight. If it's important to you, you will find a way. If not, you will find an excuse.
Like it. Mic drop.
Mic drop. Okay, bye. No, seriously, it's like we always prioritize what's important to us, right? So, yeah. If it's important to you, you will find a way.
Yep.
And if not, then you'll just make excuses. And that goes for everything. Relationships, your health.
Blame.
Yeah, everything.
Everything.
Um we're trying to do things a little bit differently, right? So you still have time to read Pen Pal because Pen
Oh my
Pal by JT, where is it?
Geisner.
Pen Pal by JT Geisinger. This one we are going to release towards the end of the season. Okay, so you still have time to read. You want to talk about plot twists? Bum, bum, bum.
Okay.
Lord have mercy. This was a good one. It was a really good one. But overall, I would give Caught Up, I would say a good 9.5 out of 10. I really liked it. I, again, don't agree with the whole Tyler situation, but we'll see where it goes, I guess, right?
We'll see if it changes.
We'll see if we're right because we don't even know what the third book is on or about. So
You know, she's dropping it this year.
yeah, she
I think
is.
she said June. But
In June, really? She's dropping it? Okay.
Mhm.
Well, we're gonna have to pick it up. maybe we'll read it for season 5, right?
and just finish the series.
Finish the trilogy. Anyway, thank you so much for joining us on this episode of Chats con Sabor, and we will see you on the next one. And please tell your friends and family to join us on our book club because we're having a lot of fun with this, right? So
Yes, for sure. And we
hopefully,
want to hear from you guys. We want
yes,
comments. Come on,
yes,
let us know what you think. I
yep,
mean, we really enjoyed both of these books, so
yeah,
want to hear from you.
definitely. Adios, amigos.
Bye. Adios.